Hey y'all, it's me Azalea. You're watching my YouTube channel, WayCrunchy, this old shack series. Me and my partner John have been fixing up a 1929 fixer-upper we got for $20,000. It was a rock bottom tear down sort of house, and we have almost brought her all the way back to life. I started on one of the last projects we have to do, these living room floors, in my last video. There was this mystery gunk over there by the rock wall fireplace, and I used Goo Gone to obliterate the grime. Now, I had tried straight up power sanding. It just filled the sandpaper with the gunk. The gunk was too thick. I had tried scraping it up, dish soap, different cleaning products. Nothing would get it up, but the Goo Gone did, and now I'm a believer in that Goo Gone. So, the next step for these floors is Floor Restore, Liquid Gold. Now, I did an actual tung oil finish on the rest of the floors, but that's a little toxic. It wasn't straight tung oil. It was like tung oil and something else. Like, it was a little toxic. But I'm pregnant now, and I also do not have the time it takes for curing an actual completely refinished floor. So this is ready to walk on in 60 minutes. This is pet and child friendly. This is just the ticket. Now, liquid gold, let me tell you. So where I was trying to think of like options that were going to be faster than staining the floors and, you know, putting the finishing on the floors. I was like, what's not going to be toxic and what's going to be faster? And I started thinking, what's good for wood? What's good for wood? And I remembered one time when I was a little girl, my granny had like the chair rail thing, and then wood from here down, and then, you know, like plaster or drywall up top. And so it was wood from here down, and she had me come over and paid me like $3 or $5. She wanted me to rub down all the wood with liquid gold. Now, they have like a wood polish, furniture polish thing, which has what I'm sure I used with Granny. But they have floor restore, a little more tailored for floors. So that's where I got the idea for liquid gold. And let me tell you, in my last video, my aunt watched and heard me mention the liquid gold, and she called to tell me about how Granny used to have them rub down everything with liquid gold. And I said, well, that's where I got it, is Granny paid me to rub down the walls with liquid gold when I was a little girl. That's where I got the idea. Anyway, so apparently liquid gold is family tradition, and it feels good to bring a little of Granny into the project. So this used to be like black gunk. Now it just looks like a little bit of a messy floor. So I got a damp mop. I got this stuff. I'm apparently just going to squirt the liquid gold on the floor and spread it around with my damp mop. I am still on the half floor plan. And then after that dries or whatever, I'll move the couch on this side and do the other half of the floor, less than half on that end, and just kind of go from there. So I'm going to do most of this floor, over half of this floor right now. I can already tell that's looking pretty. Yeah. That's looking pretty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like this. I like the feeling of really rubbing it in. This is good. I think this is going to be great. All right, let me get the whole thing done now. Y'all, look at the difference. That looks so rich. Just like rich and luxurious. The house is almost finished, y'all. The house is almost finished. Looking good, looking nice, ready for action. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, y'all. The floors look so good. The floors look so good. And this is something that I can do as part of a cleaning routine on like a really deep clean day. I can add some more of this liquid gold stuff. And I'm just thrilled. And just the wood was just thirsty as can be. Now I have this half over to work on. All right, I gotta get this couch moved. John's coming over in a little while, but I gotta get going. God, I really don't want to wait. Oh, good, it slid. I was about to say, I really don't want to wait for old Johnny right now. All right, so y'all can see the line where the floor is done. And so I have to do from here over. And then the darker strip, I had worked really hard getting the goo off of that with scrubbing pads and all sorts of different stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and do the orange oil over there for the remaining goo. Because just, there's still so much on there. This stuff is so good. While this Goo Gone is soaking in back there, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum over here. After I get all that Goo Gone goo scraped up, I'm going to have to mop everything and then let it dry before I go on and finish this floor with the liquid gold. Alright, now I have the sort of long job of scraping goo. It's really soothing and I love to do it, but it does take a little chunk of time, you know. This is one of those little projects, but I like it. It's like crocheting or knitting or painting. It's just, I like doing this sort of thing. All the gunk removed from the floor. I feel like I spent about 30 minutes scraping. Looks like I'm definitely going to finish the entire living room floor today with the liquid gold and everything, ready to put furniture away and decorate for solstice and pray that the contractor comes and closes up this wall. I think we're just gonna have the contractor close up, do all the rest of the drywall in here, the ceiling in the foyer, and in here, the living room wall. So, pray for us. But yeah, I can get everything done. And when he does come in to do the drywall, like when he does the ceiling, I'm going to hang a curtain over the door to the living room and the kitchen just to like contain mess. And when he does the living room, I'm just going to put old sheets over top of the furniture and whatnot so they don't get the dust. So, it's happening. Sooner or later, it's all gonna happen. It all blends together pretty good. Like streaks is not a problem. This stuff just kind of soaks in and blends in all together. So the half I did the other day, like it's totally prepped still, and I'm going to have to wait for this to dry anyway. So I'm just going to kind of use the whole rest of the bottle of liquid gold and get a double layer on part of this. The living room floor is done. The living room floor is done. This is amazing. Now, this big AC unit over here, John is coming, and I want to surprise him and the children with like a little holiday party. So if I could get him to get this out, I kept my damp mop, and I'm just gonna like, he can walk across this, but I'm just gonna like go over the places where his footprints are, because it's that important to me to get that eyesore out of the living room. The hogs have not ate John's winter kale crop. He moved the AC for me. Ooh, the living room is looking so good now. That's a wonderful thing. I get Johnny here. See, he's short for the basement. I'm not though.
Tall for the basement.
Oh yeah, he's tall for the basement. That's what I mean, obviously. Okay, so this was like all in the middle of the floor in the way. So now this can be tucked up against here. This is one of the things that came with our house. But yeah, it'll be a nice work table and for storage, metal top. Anyway, the unfinished basement is actually becoming more of a functional unfinished basement. Like I can organize things and have things in categories and, you know, rough storage. It's coming up on about 5:30. I had Johnny move all the heavy stuff he needed to move. We got a plan for some of his bigger stuff and getting his stuff organized. And I think it's about dinner time.